Live, trance, and prosper. Hi, I'm Professor Brian David Phillips. Welcome. I just want to jump in, do a real quick one. I just did a quick one on Notebook LM because it had an update. So now let's do a quick one on Chatgpt and its brand new update on Study and Learn. So ChatGPT has added in a new function called Study and Learn. OpenAI has listened to the requests from teachers and students, specifically thinking of university students. I teach university students, so that's pretty cool. I can choose a model. I'm on a plus plan, so I got all sorts of things, but I'm going to keep it on 4 here, 4.0, because many of my students have access to that one. So what you want to do is you check your tools, and there's a drop down that has something called Study and Learn. When you click on that, you get this little thing that this blue guy that has a study. And once you've done that, you can jump into things. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a file, say, from my class. So I teach at the university. I teach students. I teach a communication course. I teach lots of different types of courses, but specifically, let's open up a file. Let's update a file that I'm going to use in my communication course. This is a file on Dewey's reflective thinking pattern for my communication 3 course. And so I can put that in, and I'll ask a prompt, and I'll say, please, oh please, please help me study the material in this file. So please help me study the material in this file. You can use whatever sort of prompt you like, and I hit that, and it will ask me, before we start, tell me a little bit about things. So are you preparing for a panel or presentation? Because Dewey's reflective thinking pattern is typically for panels and presentations. Is this for a test or a class? And what level are you? Now, I'm lazy, so I'm going to just copy these questions and pop them back in here and just answer inside here. Are you preparing? No, just studying the info. Are you studying for a test or a class? For a class. What level are you? I could say kindergarten, but that would be a lie. I'm going to say at university, and let's say I'm not a sophomore, but my students are, so I'm just going to say that. Booyah. Now it knows what kind of student it is, so it gives me a study plan. It gives me a quick, just to see what I've already known. It'll do deep dives, check understanding, practice scenario, and review with flashcards. And so here's a quick check. No pressure. You're already asking me questions. What's the main goal? Can you name any of the 5 steps or even just one? And so it wants me to just answer any of these questions or all of them, depending upon what I can. So the main goal is I'm just going to say that. Can you name any of the 5 stages? I'm going to get it wrong on purpose. And why do I think some All right, so this could go either way. So what's the main goal of it is to help organize panel discussions and group discussions. I just said group discussion without the nuance. Can I name any of the 5 steps? I said seduction. That is not one of the 5 steps. Why do I think some group discussions fail? Because one person tries, spelling, to dominate and does not listen to new ideas. That can lead to it, but it's kind of peripheral. So let's see what happens when I give the chat. Okay, so a correct idea for the first one. Number 2, not quite right. And domination is a good insight. And then it'll go further into trying to teach me more. Okay? And then it's bringing me back to some of the discussion topics in the actual paper that was uploaded. So you can see this uses chained exercises as well as Socratic approach to questions to help students learn. So you can use Chatgpt, you can use the Study and Learn, and this is available on paid and free tiers of Chatgpt. And so if you're a student, use this to help you learn better. Or don't. Be foolish. Just do what you always do and just try to cram things in your head without really thinking about what's going to happen. You know, that thing that doesn't really work as well. But I hope you'll take advantage of it. And what you could do is combine this with Notebook LM, which I talked about in another video, and other tools. But for now, this is just me, Professor Brian David Phillips, saying, live trance and prosper. Bye-bye.